Welcome to the Morning Breadcast. I am Mark Krishick, your host with Digging for End Time Truths, and we are continuing our series this week on the seen and the unseen world. So we have covered quite a few subjects, and I highly recommend you go back and listen to the earlier ones this week, but we are going to jump in this week today and try and cover a subject that is the unseen realm, and we're going to just look at two quick examples of this, how people of faith lived in an unseen mindset. I know some of us have a hard time with that, but man, there is like unseen stuff all around us. There's like wind and gravity and all kinds of things that we don't see, right? And we don't even think about it because it's just part of our life. But really, there is an unseen world, and if you put your focus on it and you understand it as you walk through your life, you will make decisions based on godly principles and the unseen world and not the seen world. And we'll probably get into a little bit more of that tomorrow, but I kind of want to cover two scriptures today. I want to go to Hebrews chapter 11, which is the chapter of the great men and women of faith, right? I want to start in Hebrews 11, verse 27, where it's talking about Moses and why Moses did what he did. Now, understand, this guy was at the pinnacle in Egypt. He had it all, right? And he gave it up. Why? Because of the unseen world. He gave up everything he had because of the unseen world, right? Hebrews chapter 11, verse 27 says, by faith, he, talking about Moses, forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. In other words, he looked at the invisible world and he says, the visible world can't harm me. I don't care what it does to me. I am seeking after the unseen world. Now, if you look at what Moses did, he left Egypt, all right? It's not talking about he sat under a tree and got goofy. He did things in his life. He performed things in his life that were in the purpose and in the plan of God. And it meant making decisions that didn't make any worldly sense, seen sense, but in the unseen world, it was a very good decision, right? So it says that Moses forsook Egypt, which is like the world, right? And he wasn't fearing the wrath of the king, but he did it because of the unseen, the invisible world, right? Now, if we talk about the Apostle Paul, he just flat out tells us what to do. Because if you look at the Bible, like the Gospels are the story of what Jesus did while he's here, and then the epistles of Paul tell us why and how to operate in those things that Jesus taught, right? So if we go to 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 18, Paul says this. He says, while we do not look at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporary, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Okay? I mean, you can't explain it any better than that. Paul says, go after the things which are not seen, because the things which are seen are just temporary. If you're just going for things, spending all your time on things which are seen, those are all temporary. It's the eternal things that matter. And Paul says the things which are not seen are eternal, and that's what you want to go for. Okay? So I'm just going to leave you with that nugget today, that go for the things that are led by God, the unseen, invisible things, like the character traits of God. Make decisions. I always put it this way: just do the right thing. Sometimes that costs us to do the right thing, but go for the unseen and not the seen, and your life will be blessed. And I'll see you again next time on the Morning Breadcast.